The smell of raw onions still clung to my hands when she said it. Start cooking at 4 a.m. Her voice, the clipped tone of authority her money allowed, barely rose above the sound of my knife scraping the cutting board. My wife's mother didn't ask. She commanded. She handed me a guest list like a verdict. 30 names, all written in gold ink. And make sure everything is perfect this time, my wife added, without looking at me. Her eyes were glued to her phone, always the phone. I wiped my hands on the towel, nodded, of course. They didn't see the way my jaw tightened. Or maybe they did. Maybe they enjoyed it. At midnight, the kitchen was silent except for the hum of the fridge. I'd prepped everything, the marinade, the garnishes, even the table settings, but my hands felt foreign, detached. By 1 a.m., I was in the shower, scrubbing away the oil and humiliation. By 2 a.m., I was dressed, dark coat, single bag packed. And at 3 a.m., while they slept in their warm beds, I was at the airport boarding a one-way flight. 30 hungry relatives would soon arrive, to an empty kitchen, and silence that would taste better than anything I could ever cook for them. I used to believe love was built in the quiet hours, shared exhaustion, compromise, loyalty. But over time, my wife turned the silence into something else, something colder. It began with her mother moving in temporarily, then permanently. Then the rules started changing. I wasn't a husband anymore. I was staff. Make sure the champagne is chilled. Don't embarrass us this time. Smile more. People think you're depressed. They said it like routine, like feeding a dog. I used to laugh it off, tell myself it was just class difference. They were rich, controlling, sheltered. I was adaptable. But the phone changed everything. A simple message, a screen lighting up at 2 a.m. Her face turned away from me, her lips curling, not in guilt, but amusement. I didn't ask who he was. I didn't need to. I recognized the way she typed, the softness of her tone when she replied. Her phone lit up again, a name I'd seen before, her boss. That night while she slept, I went downstairs and found the guest list her mother had given me. 30 names. His was on it. So I smiled, folded the paper, and began to plan breakfast. For no one. For a week I pretended. Polite smiles, polished shoes, quiet obedience. The perfect son-in-law serving their porcelain world. I listened to their laughter at dinner, her mother's gossip, my wife's rehearsed affection in front of guests. Every darling felt like a lie that had learned how to breathe. I began watching patterns. She left for work early, came back late. Her perfume changed. So did her eyes. Still, I said nothing. Instead, I started to document. Dates, times, receipts, screenshots from her laptop when she forgot to log out. The man's messages weren't even subtle. Miss you already. Last night was dangerous. I almost admired the carelessness. She trusted my silence more than my love. The day before the party, her mother handed me a white chef's jacket. "Try not to mess this one up," she said, smiling like she's already forgiven me for something I hadn't done yet. My wife stood behind her, scrolling through her phone again. He had texted her at that exact moment. I saw the preview. "Can't wait to taste your cooking tomorrow." The same line she'd once used with me. I smiled back. "Of course," I said. And that night I packed my bag, passport, documents, cash. The rest could burn. The truth didn't come from confrontation. It came from a credit card statement, a luxury suite booked under her name. The same weekend she said she was visiting her mother's sister. Same city. Same hotel her boss always used for business retreats. I booked a room next door. That night I sat in the dark, the thin wall between us humming with laughter, muffled moans, and the sound of my wife living a life I wasn't invited to. I didn't cry, didn't even move. I just listened, memorizing the rhythm of betrayal. At 2 a.m., when their sounds faded into silence, I checked out. No confrontation, no scene, just the quiet knowledge that I had stopped being her husband months ago. The next morning, I sent the evidence, photos, receipts, voice recordings to one person, her mother. No message, just attachments. By 4 a.m., I was supposed to start cooking. Instead, I was at the airport, watching dawn break through glass as the boarding call echoed. By noon, her family would be gathered in their grand dining room. 30 guests, polished cutlery, empty platters. No chef, no host, no daughter-in-law smiling through deceit. Her mother called me 6 times, then texted, "Where are you? Do you know what you've done? They're all here." I turned off my phone. Later I heard what happened, through a friend, a neighbor, gossip spilling through the cracks of that perfect family. Her mother tried to take charge, shouting, calling caterers. Guests waited, food never came. Then someone's phone buzzed. Videos, photos, screenshots, all forwarded from one number, mine. My wife's boss had been invited too. His wife had seen the messages. The dining room turned into chaos, 30 people watching 2 reputations collapse in real time. And I wasn't there to see any of it. I didn't need to be. Somewhere above the clouds, I watched the city shrink beneath me. Her city, her mother's empire. All of it looked small from up here. I wasn't angry anymore, just empty, in a way that felt clean. I realized something sitting in that narrow airplane seat. They never wanted me to cook for them. They wanted me to serve them. And I had, until I didn't. I closed my eyes as the engines roared, the world falling away beneath me. Behind me, 30 hungry mouths. Ahead of me, silence. They would talk about me, curse me, laugh at me. And then they'd realize I wasn't the help. I was the lesson. Final line, they told me to start cooking at 4 a.m. I did, just not for them.